What is up, my friends, and welcome to another video. Today we are going to be testing out Protoss on the new patch. I think Protoss and Zerg are the most interesting on the new patch for sure. Terran, once again, sadly didn't get the very many changes in the end, but Protoss is, at least the build orders are changed very significantly. It's hard to say whether the style is different, right? Like, I would imagine Protoss is still going to play high-tech units against Zerg, low-tech units against Terran, but maybe I'm wrong. PvP, a good chance that PvP has changed, actually. As we saw in the last episode, cheeses might not be as strong anymore. So I guess we'll see if that's true, or if I was lying to you guys by accident. But yeah, we're going to try out Protoss, see if we can make the builds work, see if it's powerful. Protoss, a lot of Protoss players are complaining still. And I am still not entirely convinced that it's about Protoss being dead. I think it might still just be that they're afraid of change. So, you know, I'm gonna keep playing until I find the answer, pretty much, because that's what I want to do, and it sounds fun to me as well. Now, last time I played one gate expand against Protoss, and it actually felt quite good once again because the cheeses are not so strong. What if I go for a double chrono here? Also, by the way, guys, this is going to be the last video for a while from this studio. I'm going to be moving back to Europe for a couple months. And when I get back to Europe, once I get settled, I will be working on new Patreon guides for the 8-worker start. I was waiting all this time to see if the patch would come out, because I was about to make a couple more guides for, you know, the regular 12-worker start, but then they were all going to be useless. Oh, this guy might... Oh, no, I thought he was cheesing me for a second, but no. So yeah, make sure to check out the Patreon if you're interested in that. I think it's going to be very nice. I'm going to figure out a bunch of really good builds so you guys can play very, very well right away. And Patreon is also the best way to support me. Very efficient, takes the lowest cut, I should say, from all the major platforms that I'm on. So yeah, if you want to support me or check out those new build guides, make sure to check it out. I estimate that I'll probably be able to get one out by the weekend or so, maybe slightly after the weekend. That is my guess, assuming my travel and stuff goes right, of course. But I'm assuming it will. Now I think I can go for a Nexus. I mean, this feels unreasonably greedy by me, but honestly, it's not that crazy, I think, you know? Actually, it's not that crazy. Hey, that probe came from a very suspicious angle, though, let's be honest. I don't know where you came from there, buddy. That was... what are you hiding over here? Okay, so he's gonna try to block me out. Interesting move. I do need another pylon at some point. Should I make it yet? Not yet, I think. Oh, I do need to get Warp Gate as well. I think Warp Gate will make a lot of sense. Let's get a second pylon out here. Mostly for... Actually, you know what? I'm gonna pull a couple pros to kill this. Oh, there we found it. Let's see. Okay, looks... I think I know already what he's gonna do. He's gonna go for a 3-gate. And try to use the fast warpins, probably. That's what it's looking like to me. Okay, let's get that, and then we'll go for a Stalker. Keep a couple probes on the low ground for a second. Probably not gonna need those, but if he attacks up here, then I'll have them nearby. Yeah, I don't think he's gonna be here yet. I think I can safely back off. Okay. Now, do we need more than one gate? That's the question. There's gate number 2, and here's gate number 3. Exactly, I knew it. Is there gate number 4? I don't think so. No gate number 4. Yeah, he's actually just gonna go for... yeah, Mass Stalker pretty much. Okay, so I'm gonna recharge that. Nexus is finished. Warp Gate's not gonna finish soon, but that's okay. And now what we're gonna do is actually, could you have snuck a probe into my main? I don't think so, right? Like, since the Warpin is fast, that means you can also... There we go. Yeah, I kind of wanted more than just one Stalker, to be honest. So I'm not an enormous fan of that, but it's okay. I'm gonna get another recharge at some point, another sentry at some point as well. Let's get a second gateway, since I am mostly spending minerals. Okay, there we go. Yeah, that is perfect, and that should honestly be game already. I don't know, guys. I feel like these cheeses, like, you just can't afford anything, you know? It really feels like it's just... PvP might be a freaking macro matchup now. Now, we do have to micro these Stalkers back towards these batteries over here. This one is in a nice position. Look at that. Let's see if I can save that one as well. Looks like we are going to save that one. Pull that one back for a second. Force field. Oh, that is a good one. That is a good one. I think we're going to kill every single one. Look at that. We haven't lost a unit yet. Now I'm going to recharge the battery instead. And actually, oh, we learned this. I'm going to wait for Warp Gate Research to finish to start the unit, because it doesn't lower the cooldown when the unit's already building. So I would have lost seconds there. And there you go. safe to say that was a decent defense. Looking at the units lost, that is about, what is that, 34 times more resources lost on his side. 34 and a half. That is pretty freaking sick. And yeah, I'm just saying, guys, this could be a very good change for PvP. Because I think mid-game aggression is still going to be very good, for sure. Because you get fast warpers no matter what. You don't need a prism. You don't need to get a whole setup anymore. Mid-game aggression is going to be very good. But it's possible that the one-base all-ins are not going to be as terrifying anymore. Now, I could be completely wrong about this. Because keep in mind, so far, in the last episode this episode once, we played against gateway all-ins only. Now, I'm not convinced yet you can afford a robo, but if this was a robo, then it's a different story, because then he goes up here, and my units are going to be a little later, right? So we'll see. For now, the gateway all-ins really don't seem good anymore. Fantastic warm-up game. Let's keep it going. Game number 2 is our first Protoss versus Terran. Okay, I'm so excited for this, actually. I don't know if we're going to get annihilated, or if we're going to find out very painfully why the Protoss players are complaining, or if we're going to find out that Protoss is sick. I guess either way, it's going to be exciting. Now, if I would do my best build, I would probably go for a proxy gate here. Because I really think the proxy gate is nice in the new patch. But I do also want to see what a more regular game looks like. There have been a couple worries about 8 barracks proxy reaper, which is very, very fast. So I think for that reason, I'm going to try to wall off my main mineral line a little bit. Pylon here. I also think it could be really annoying to... You know what? Let's just try it. Really annoying to early scout, right? Because I have the chrono boost, he doesn't. Pretty much my eco is going to be better than the Terrans until mules come out, and then it's going to even out. So if I can harass him before that point, that actually sounds incredibly annoying. Because I do get 2 chrono boost. Like, the build of the last game felt nice, I think. It really did feel quite nice. The 2 chrono boost early. It's maybe a little bit on the greedy side against Protoss, but it did feel very nice to play. I'm going to chrono boost this pretty much instantly, as soon as I have the energy for it. Here we go. Then we take 1. Actually, maybe... Could also delay the gas a little bit, not quite sure. I mean, for now, this already feels great, because I get to harass him, and I've had 2 chrono boost already. Like, you have extra chrono boost in the early game, because the early game is longer now, right? So, yeah, this feels nice. I mean, it's a really small detail, right? But this feels like a decent start. He's going for a double gas. Okay, let's see how we're going to manage to defend that. I'm not going to rush my expansion too much. Cyber core... Yeah, core first would be okay, I think. Maybe I can actually attack this SCV. It's quite low. Look at this. You can fight back if you want, but you're not going to like that. There we go. Got a little bit of damage on this one. Cybernetics core up here. That's how you do the wall off. There we go. And then we're going to... Actually, do I make the pylon already? I think we go for... Yeah. Actually, I like that. Yeah, second pylon before Nexus. The Nexus is a little late, but we're playing against double gas anyway. So I think this is nice. I could even go for a 3rd chrono boost. I think it's a little much, though. I could go for a 3rd chrono boost to saturate the gas, but I think that's a little much. Yeah, this looks fine. Here we go. Pylon's gonna finish just nicely. Yeah, I think this opening looks good. I think this opening looks good for sure. Yeah, let's get the Nexus down here, and then... I can go Stalkers or Adepts. I'm not quite sure what I prefer. I'm actually gonna go Stalker. Yeah, let's go Stalker. There we go. I skipped a probe for it, just because I have no idea what the timing of the Reaper is. Stalkers build fast. There's no base here yet, which I think is normal. I'm trying to think of the delayed timing, right? Like, normally the CC would go down around 230, I think. So with 8 workers, it should be, yeah, 250 or something like that. That sounds about right to me. Okay, so he sees the Stalkers out. We get some damage done on that guy, which is nice. Oh, I made a probe by accident. This was supposed to be a pylon. Still no Nexus, or still no CC out here, actually. Okay. Let's get a second gas now. I wouldn't mind going for double battery. 3-minute command center. Okay, so for now, that seems to be the standard. I think battery in the main would be alright. This is actually very annoying for him. He's probably putting his units back as we speak. Yeah, exactly. Look at that. That's so annoying. Can buy a little bit of extra time even. You know what? I'm gonna do something crazy and send these Stalkers out on the map. This is a little bit psychotic by me, I'll be honest, but, you know, might as well, right? I think if he goes for 5 units, this is bad. If it's 3 units, this is good. That sounds about right. Okay, chrono boost my Stalkers again. Stalkers do still build really fast from the gateway, and they're going to build even faster once Warp Gate finishes, of course. And after 4 Stalkers, we go for the Twilight. Let's see what I can find over here. If it's like a Cyclone, this is also not that great. Okay, so it is going to be 3 units. Or sorry, 5 units, my bad. Okay, so that is not ideal, but admittedly, might actually get another one. No, good micro by him. Maybe we can get the SCV, it's low, right? Oh, he replaced it. You freaking tryhard. I can't believe he did that. I mean, respect, but I can't believe he did that. That's really surprising, but although that's cool. Okay, I would probably not have thought of that move myself. That's impressive. Honestly, I'm impressed. Okay, so now my upgrade finishes, so now I can make Stalker super fast. That is the plan. Get Blink as soon as I can afford it. I think I can do it before Stalker number 4, actually, yeah. Okay, so now I have... Look, okay, that built so fast. That's crazy. That's why you make the battery, guys. Cannot lose anything under that battery. And then he's going to try to do this, of course. Stalker's already. I made 2 batteries here. And now let's remember what our struggles were. Yesterday, just when I tried... I played against Protoss. It was PvP. Or 2 days ago, sorry. I played a PvP. And the struggle was the transition into the mid-game. So this part all felt really, really nice. Oh, I should definitely go for a Robo here, by the way. It's a little bit late if it's Banshee, I think. This early part of the Protoss build feels amazing because you can't just make... Oh, there's a path there. That's unfortunate. I thought I got him for a second, but there's actually a path there. I have this one hotkeyed, but I tried to take the other one. Now I don't even remember which one I wanted. But yeah, this early part feels great because you can make Stalker so fast from just 2 gates, right? Feels really, really nice. But then the transition into the mid-game can feel a little bit rough. So let's see how that is going to work out for us. Probably add our gates a little bit faster, actually. I think that sounds about right. Can I trap him in some way? I don't think so. Yeah. Let's say drop into my main base. Is it... Actually, oh, it's not... Okay, I thought it was going to be Banshee, to be honest. But that is going to be a little easier for us, actually, than Banshee. Okay. There we go. Did he... That's the... Oh, that is the right one. I thought he burrowed the wrong one, actually. But no, it wasn't. That's my bad. Okay, where did I pull the probes? A little bit too far away. Not the cleanest game here by me so far, but that's alright. Nexus is not close to finishing, so we're also going to catch at the supply block. Definitely not the best game by me so far. But yeah, it's going to be fine. Now, he could move his Widow Mine over here. I wanted to add extra gateways, so let's do that now, right? That'll be a good choice. Let's go up to 6. Now, when is the time to add... Oh, wait, I didn't get charged. Oh, that is a little bit of a mistake, actually. Ooh, that's gonna cost me no charge. His push is probably gonna hit pretty fast already. Let's get a couple Zealots out here. There's a Liberator here. That's gonna die very soon. I think I can blink here, right? Yeah, there we go. That's gonna die. Okay, he still has the Medevac in the top left. That is going to die as well. I shouldn't be able to get anything done with that, to be honest. Let's see. Was that 2 probes or something? Yeah, no big deal. Alright, keep making Zealots for now. Get a couple of extra probes up here. Good moves by him so far, though. It's not like the craziest damage ever, but I didn't deal with it very well, so then it ended up being crazy damage, so that's my bad. Now, one thing that I have forgotten about is to make random pylons already. I think you should prepare random pylons, actually. That's a really nice idea. So let's just make a couple of pylons on each side. Could even make some pylons in the middle. I'm expecting to get attacked shortly. Remember what I said about the 8:30 timing? That is probably close to what it's going to be. Get a Templar Archives as well. You can be over here. Pylons on as many sides as I can. Keep making Zealots for now from just the gateways. And then we turn them into Warp Gates the moment we have to. That is the plan. This Observer should have been across, by the way. That's another mistake by me. Yeah, really not the highest level Protoss game by me so far, but that's alright. Now what I'm going to do... Oh, he's... Like, the eco is actually so slow for him. Wait, what? The eco is actually that slow? I thought I was getting cooked, but is the Protoss eco that much better compared to the Terrans here? I mean, that really was not... I couldn't have defended it much worse. I mean, the start was fine, right? The start was fine. But then after that, it became very, very poor. So now I'm starting to wonder, huh? Okay. That is interesting. I mean, he's taking his 3rd base now. It's not the worst situation for him, of course. Not at all. Oh, I did rally a couple extra Zealots over here. Let's get in here, kill a bunch of SCVs. And see, he's going to come back. So what we're going to do is we are just going to recall here. That was the plan. And since we are about to get attacked, I think this is going to be our final wave of units before we transform everything into Warp Gates. All of these producing super, super quickly, by the way. This should have been an armor upgrade. That's my bad. Okay, look how they produce so fast. It's actually crazy how fast they produce. Now, we should be out on the map. That's my bad. The reason why we should be out is because we want to be forcing stims more than anything else. There he's sieged, so that is also fine. I'm going to use my fast warping pylon to be as annoying as I possibly can. Let's attack in here. Let's see if we can force a siege. He finds the pilot. This is so... Like, the fast warping pilots are going to be the freaking most annoying thing Terran are going to have to deal with, honestly. It's so annoying. Fast warpings from every angle are just the worst. Look at this. Like, he was focusing on that at the same time. And now what you can do is you can blink in and you can target the medevacs. And I can just warp in fast on this side now as well. So many medevacs going down. Yeah, that was a really nice little fight over there. I accidentally made triple forge, by the way. That was not intentional, but it's kind of funny because that does fit me, right? That is very on-brand, actually. But that is funny. Okay. Now we are finally getting our upgrades out. Let's be a little bit aggressive with these. There's a Widowmine there. It's going to do a little bit of friendly fire as well. I guess it's kind of cool that I'm playing such a bad game, because then we can kind of tell, you know? Like, if I play the cleanest game of my life and I destroy the guys, well, it's like, well, yeah, of course, you know? But now it's like, okay, I'm playing absolutely terribly, but it's still going quite well. Now, let's remake that pylon over there. Okay. See if I can... Oh, I almost got a snipe on that. Let's micro that one a little bit. Okay, we're gonna need some warpins over here. Right now, we're in the dangerous moment of the game, right? Like, he's going to be attacking us with a big army, and I haven't been able to rebuild yet, so that is potentially scary. I don't think this build... Oh, there we go. That's a nice early stim for us. I think I'm going to retreat from this base. Upgrades are +1 attack, right? So his upgrades are not great. That's nice to know. Immortal's coming on the way. I'm just going to do a fast warpin on his side of the map. There we go. Immortal is going to be very nice with the upgrades. Let's see how good this counterattack is going to be. Would love to force another stim. Oh, he found my base. Oh, that is unfortunate for us. Okay, there we go. So we're going to cook this base. Could go for a full-on counterattack as well, by the way. That wouldn't be the craziest move ever. Okay. He stimmed over there. Yeah, I think the counterattack might actually be good. Honestly. I think the counterattack might actually... You do not go across. Please. Okay. You guys go across. There we go. And then we warp in a couple of Templars. And a couple more Zealots over here, I think, as well. And then we go for the attack. Now, this is a really annoying choke, I have to say. Really, really annoying. Okay, we need another Immortal. He is going to go for... yeah, not a counterattack. He's just attacking, basically. Okay, so we canceled this base, and then we can go back, I think. This Archon over here is great, but... I needed one warpin of Zealots here, and it would have been perfect, but I just barely didn't have it, unfortunately. If I had this warpin of Zealots here, I would have cleaned this up quite easily, in fact. But without the warping of Zealots, it's going to be quite painful. I could have recalled as well. I just didn't think it was necessary, to be honest. Now, we still do have 100 supply. I do have a couple of Stalkers over here. Let's make sure to target down the medevacs if I can. Barely not going to get that one, I think. No, we're not going to get that one indeed. All right, let's keep those Stalkers over here. And then we go on the counterattack again. Now, how many upgrades did I lose? I have 111, which is quite funny, actually. Okay, let's get a warp in of stuff over here. And then we retake our third Nexus. Let's see if I can find him in the middle of the map. At least force like a stim or something like that would be great. There we go. We are cooking him again with the run by. He's not paying attention, so we're going to make... Oh, there we go. That's a stim. Every time he stims, we back off. This is a really good counter, by the way. Oh my goodness. Can I... Yeah, let's just do it that way. Oh, let's not lose too many units to that. We get those Widow Mines. We do another warp in over here. And then we go in again. Okay. Let me back off from this quickly. SCVs are absolutely derping over there, which is great. Oh, barely got the cancel. That was going to be quite close, actually. There we go. His army has died over here. That's the power of the fast warpins, guys. You warp in fast everywhere. It's so hard for him. And we can fight again. This is a little bit of a risky fight by me, actually. Okay, there we go. Whenever he stims, we back off. We do have the Zealots coming on the reinforcements, so that is nice. I did lose my army over there, so that is a little bit of a mistake by me. Okay, and then we target down the Immortals. Or sorry, the Marauders with the Immortals. They die so fast if you target fire them. It's crazy. There we go. What's his upgrades now? 2-1. He did get another upgrade, actually. That is well done by him. Okay. One more Immortal over here. One more counterattack over here. If he gathers up his army at the front, we are going to die. So I just kind of want to make sure to keep attacking him, basically. Okay. Good micro back on that guy. He does have a couple Widow Mines over here. Seems like he actually got the clarity of mind to just stay at home now and not enable me to be fully chaotic. That is unfortunate for us. Okay. Let's see. I'll make one warp in over here. Stalker's just a little bit too slow to catch them, I think. I could try to take another base, but I think at this point we're just going to have to go for the full-on all-in here. I'm going to be able to make... Okay. Oh, the 2 Stalkers I had in the main base were pulled back, of course. Yeah, makes sense. Okay, let's see. Let's just go attacking over here. I wish I could... Oh, I failed to pull that one back, unfortunately. Okay, we're making one Archon on this side. And now we're going to go in here with the flank. That was the idea. There we go. The Immortal is going to be absolutely popping off here. Look at that Immortal, by the way. That Immortal is killing so... Oh my god, that Immortal is disgusting. That's like 1,000,000 damage from that Immortal. These Zealots are also still winning this fight over here, by the way. We're going to get a couple more units in here. Oh, that actually... Oh, that sucks for me. Okay, there we go. Keep targeting the Immortals whenever I can. Alright, I keep messing up the word, but you know what I mean. Every time I can, we target down the Marauders, of course. Okay. He's going to target my Immortal now, I'm pretty sure. Let's get a couple more Zealots in here. Really close, but we are not going to win this one. GG's going to have to be called. And that is it for our first PvT. Okay. Based on this game, I find it incredibly hard to tell because this was just not a good game by me. I think I really liked my counterattack ideas. I liked the start of the build a lot. Though I did corner boost maybe the gateway one too many times, but I like the build. I like the idea. But besides that, it was a complete mess. I wasn't mining from this for way too long just because of a couple Widow mines. I feel like I got caught off guard like every single time. So really not a great game by me. I do still think that my initial idea was correct, that the first big push by Terran, not this early game stuff, like this, honestly, I know I messed up a bit against the Widow Mines, and then the Reaper Hellion coming in here, and then the Hellions coming in here was like a triple mess up by me, but it really feels very defendable, the early game stuff, like even more than before, perhaps, because I feel like the economy for Protoss is slightly better compared to the Terran in the last patch. But the first big attack between 7 and 9 minutes somewhere, depending on the opening. Here, of course, his opening was a little slower because he played double gas, right? That's gonna be the problem because you don't have the warp ins that fast. It's a bit harder to add the gateways. So I think that's what we're gonna have to figure out still. I think I know how to do it. I just need to play a little bit better. I added the gateways at a decent time. Could have been a little earlier. I was late on charge as well. So there's a lot of things to fix. Very interesting game. Let's go to game number 3. Okay, game number 3 is going to be a rematch of game number 1. Now, I just, in the meantime, in the queuing time there, I already thought of what I want to try next for PvT, which is, I think maybe... So beforehand, let me explain PvT meta real quick. Beforehand, you would pretty much play 2-gate blink, 3-gate blink, or 4-gate blink. Oh, you could play Stargate sometimes, but those were like the main build. So basically, 4-gate blink was very aggressive. You had to do like a serious amount of damage. It was a killer push. Warp Prism plus Blink Stalkers pretty much. And 1 Observer usually. 3-gate Blink Stalker was like the kind of like the middle of the road. Like you're safe, but you can also attack kind of thing. 2-gate Blink was just like the greediest version to expand, right? That would be 2-gate Blink 3rd base. Now, I think maybe you can actually play 1-gate blink. Because with the new gateway production, like it's kind of awkward if you don't use it fully. Because even producing from 2 gateways, like they build so fast that you can barely spend your money. So I think maybe what you can do is you can put all the chrono boost... Okay, not the first one. First chrono boost goes on the gateway unit. So you can get it out for the Reaper. Then after that, every chrono boost just goes on Warp Gate. The reason why is because, well, it's going to make the gateways produce faster, but most importantly, you don't have to use extra money for it right away. Like, you could also chrono boost your Stalkers non-stop, but then the rest of your build's going to hurt. Like, you maybe can't afford your Blink, or even your Twilight Council, like that, right? So, you chrono boost your Warp Gate non-stop, and then because your Stalkers produce so fast, you might be able to play 1-gate Blink 3rd. It's possible, I think. I know it sounds absolutely insane, but I think it's possible, so... I guess we'll see. Hopefully we can hunt another Terran down after this. That would be fantastic. Let's go for that second chrono boost, of course. Let's get a second pylon out here. Now, I'm not walling at the front just to kind of try it out. There's really no particular reason for this, to be honest. I'm just kind of chilling right now. And he's playing double gas. I'm playing 1 gas. He saved all of his chrono boost. There's gateway number 2. I mean, it's very likely he's going to go for some kind of attack again, right? And I didn't get my pylon on the low ground this time. This is an interesting one. Let's see, can I win this? Oh, outplayed! There we go, we got the first hit. Absolutely carnaged. And now I can just kind of follow him around. Maybe I should have cancelled one. Actually, no, we go Sentry first, right? That's what we did last time. Let's go Sentry first. Now, can I chrono boost? I think Against the one base, no, I guess one base, that's a little bit too much. I would love to do it, but against one base, that strategy is just a little bit too much, I think. I'm gonna go for a second gate this time. Didn't do that last time. I'm skipping probes. Let's see. That's gateway number 3 already, actually. Okay. Found you. So he's gonna try to play it that way. I see. Okay, interesting plan, actually. Interesting plan. I do want to make a pylon down here just in case we're gonna... I'm not quite sure we're gonna end up defending it there. So what he's doing is pretty much just a Wings of Liberty style attack, where since you can warp in fast everywhere, he's just gonna build pylons like around your base and stuff. Which is pretty much how I got Masters the first time I did it. So respect. I'm gonna make some batteries down here. I don't actually want to chrono boost the Stalker anymore. Actually, it's very open, this map. Ooh. It is an open map we're playing on, guys. Are the force fields really going to be good enough? That's a really good question. Are the force fields going to be good enough here? I think I still kind of want it, though. Yeah. I mean, we're going to have 3 force fields, so I guess we'll see. Warp Gate is going to finish soon TM. I could also, by the way, I can just make a pylon here and warp in 2 adepts in his base at some point, because it's fast, right? Okay, now he sees that I am going to have a bunch of batteries. He's going to go into the main base. I wouldn't actually recommend him finishing that, to be honest, but... Okay. Here we go, we're just gonna fight. Okay, we're gonna kill the adept number 1 real quick. And then I think I'm gonna put this one back down to the low ground. Okay. So he's gonna go... Oh, this guy is playing... He knows he's 1 base all-inning, right? I know he's killing a lot of workers, but he is 1 base all-inning, so I'm kind of surprised that he's going for workers, but I guess it makes sense somewhat. Okay, so now he's attacking the front. And now what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna return the favor. Now I do have a million force fields, so... That's what I'm going to be using. Oh man, if only I shouldn't have used that freaking I shouldn't have used that first force field against the adepts. Oh no. The first force field cooked me, guys. Can you believe it? Let's pull this one back real quick. There we go. Get 2 adepts out in here. Decent micro on our side so far. It's going to be pretty nice. Okay, now we're going to get the adepts in. Right? Yeah, we're gonna get the adepts in, and then we fall back to the main base. That's the plan. There we go. I also can do this, my friend. If I micro properly, that is. Oh my god, what am I doing? This is such a bad game by me. Oh, the misclick galore as well. It's crazy. Alright, what should I do now? I'm gonna warp in a couple zealots, because I don't have gas right now. Okay. And maybe I can pull why is he... He's not chasing me, so then it doesn't really work. Okay. Chase the adept, bro. Trust. Okay, then we hold you over here. There we go. It's going to be a nice hold position. He's going to find it, though. Let's see if we can kill anything else. He's actually really just going for the Nexus, which is quite surprising to me. One more? Yes, we got one more. I'm going to warp in a couple zealots over here. See if I can... If it's greedy, I can kill one. Yes, there we go. Okay, somehow I'm saturated again. I don't actually want this Nexus anymore. I just want the free shots that come with having the Nexus, basically. That's the whole idea here. Make another pylon in his main base just in case he finds this one. Okay, so we're gonna go for another attack. Looks like he's doing the same. You could finish that one because he realizes I have low eco, right? There we go. But I now have the same. Oh, he actually kept them at home. Interesting. Okay. But it's still gonna be pretty good for me, actually. There we go. Because his probe count was very low. Okay, let's see. That's like 5 workers killed, I think, roughly. He does have a battery in front of my base, which is crazy. Let me chrono boost the workers here. Okay. Is it just 1 battery? Maybe it's just the 1 battery. It could be. Good micro there. Oh, that was good. That was really good. Oh, mama la micro. Ladies and gentlemen, look at the micro. That sentry is going to fall very quickly. And he has to run with all of his army, because if he doesn't, he's going to lose every single Stalker. So those units are going to die. And we still hold it. After just... Everything was just bad by me. I still think... let me check if I wasn't crazy, by the way. At some point, the Adepts maybe got too much damage, but I still think shading in for the first time was kind of crazy by him. Let's make sure I wasn't lying to you guys. I think in the end, it must have been good for him. But the reason why I thought it was crazy is because I was thinking about force fielding here. I mean, it is just 3 units, right? Yeah, this is actually really unfortunate. Look, I pulled the probes and then somehow he snuck through. I was actually just going to force field him out. Actually, okay, this is a tough decision, honestly. I'm not going to lie. In the end, it was good for him. but I think it might have been a mistake because I could have locked in all of those units and I would have had 3 Stalkers, but then I would have used every single force field. It's really hard to say, actually. I'm not quite sure about this one. I could have been wrong. Like, for example, force field here, force field here, force field here. His 3 adepts are locked in. He shades out. I would say he loses 1 or maybe 2 adepts, but I would have used all my force fields. So it's very questionable, actually. It's very questionable. But anyway, after he snuck through, and then also here, I thought he was going to shade out, but he didn't, so then he killed extra probes. He shouldn't have killed, like, those last 4 or 5. That's my bad completely. The first, like, 5 was kind of what I was trading for with my units, but then he killed an extra 5 because I thought he was going to shade out. That was completely my bad. Then we're left in this situation. But even here, like, look at his money. You just can't afford a whole lot of stuff here. Like, he's chrono boosting his gates, but it's not like he can actually, like, right now he has 3 gates available. He can't warp in 3 Stalkers anyway. He can only warp in 2. This was sick. I mean, obviously, he probably should have won from this position, right? With this many Stalkers in front of my base. But the fact that he didn't, in my opinion, still shows that maybe these cheeses, in fact, really aren't that good anymore in PvP. If I play him again, I would love for him to go for some kind of robo stuff, so I can see that. But I'm more hoping for a Terran, or a Zerg, of course, would be fun. But a Terran, I kind of want to try out my 1-gate blink. Okay, game number 4 is against a Grandmaster Zerg. This matchup is supposedly the most problematic one by far. Not just is Zerg powerful now, but something I noticed is that the build order just doesn't really seem to work out very well for Protoss in this matchup. Like, the problem is that you need a Stargate ASAP. Because Oracles pretty much... Oracles are honestly the reason why Protoss is good in PvZ in the previous patch, right? Because Oracles, they can kill any kind of harassment, they can harass, they can scout. Like, you can be greedy because of Oracles. Without Oracles, Protoss is honestly not that great against Zerg. Was in the previous patch, right? But because of the eco cuts, it feels really hard to get both a Nexus up at a decent time and to get your gas fast enough to actually build a Stargate. So I think the opening for Protoss is going to be quite rough here, and I wonder how they are going to be fixing that. There's 2 ways. Actually, just one way I think I know around it that is very solid, which is to play Nexus first, which is, once again, is really solid. It's a very good opening, unless you get blindly 8-pulled or whatever. Then you just die. So it's not something that you can do. It's something you can probably play quite a lot, but it's not something you can do every single game, because then it's going to be rather painful. So you ideally have another solution, but yeah, we'll see. It's really not that comfortable. I think getting second pylon before the Nexus might actually be what you have to do, to be honest. Or you could skip it. So we try. Let's try skipping it. Let's just see how that works. Okay, well, this guy is very likely cheesing us, so let's see. Is this going to be an 8-pull of some sort? Or even more than that? What is this? Oh, there's the pool. Okay, I couldn't find it for a sec. Okay, this is some kind of link flood, actually. Okay, I see. Then I can probably skip a couple of SUVs. Or such a terror player. Probes. I'm actually going to try something. I'm going to go for the second gate before the core. Then make the core. And then the pylon. And then maybe I can make 2 adepts at once. That is the plan. I think this is a pretty cool idea. So this time we're probably going to be playing without the Stargate, because it's a very special scenario, of course. Okay, looks like he might be... Oh, he's going to attack fast anyway. Okay, so then I'll have to make a Zealot. I don't really want to make that Zealot. I would rather be making the pylon. So I know that when I was testing this, I played... I showed Clem against Fjant, if you guys remember that correctly. If I remember that correctly, if you guys remember that match. And there he played this build because he thought it was just going to be good against Protoss no matter what. I have this probe here so I can make the pylon just in case. Looks like we're going to be fine though. It looks like we're going to be fine. Okay, there we go. Please hold position. There's a good amount of ping on that, so that was quite scary for a second, but we're good. Okay, so we're going to get 2 adepts, warp gate. And now the question is how we're going to follow this up, because my opponent's going to have speed, most likely. Right? These links are actually not going to be able to do anything. I might even... You know what? I'm going to A-move this Zealot. Because I don't mind if he gets in. And if he doesn't get in, I think he's not actually going to kill this Zealot, by the way. Which is very sad for him, but it is what it is. Sorry, buddy. Sorry, Dobby. And now we can go across with these. I do have to be afraid of the follow-up. Actually, should I still go for Stargate? I mean, it's just so solid against Zerg, right? Let's try that. Let's try to go for Stargate here. Interesting play by him, by the way, to go for fast links with supposedly... Oh, it's actually going to be roaches, okay. Actually, link speed and roaches. Okay, well, in that case, I don't think I want the Stargate. In that case, I'm just going to make units like a freaking madman. I could get a battery as well, but I don't actually really have money for it. I'm going to skip getting that gas. Actually, I'll make one battery now, honestly. One battery now would be okay, I think. Let's get it there. I mean, there's just so many freaking adepts. I don't know how many units he can build. I might have just done a fantastic counter here. I'm not 100% sure yet, but I guess we'll see. Here we go. That Stalker is really out in downtown. I actually needed to lose a little bit of supply so I could make more units. So I really don't mind having to pull the workers, to be honest. There we go. Target that Ravager. Target the next one. Okay. Let's make sure the Stalker... The Stalker is the DPS here, by the way. So the Stalker you wanted to survive. Okay. Oh, that battery just came in too late, unfortunately. There we go. It's gonna die now. And this, to me, looks like a perfectly fine hold. Could be wrong, but I think that is completely fine for us. And now we have... Let's actually cancel those. And go for the Stargate. And then I can make adepts behind it, I think. I can also make these warp gates, but I don't have to yet. I mean, this really feels like a perfectly fine response to me. I know a lot of people thought that this build was going to be super sick for Zerg, but from what I can see, I mean, this felt completely solid. Like, I scouted, I made the gateway in reaction. Even though I was down on probes, if my adepts wouldn't have seen anything suspicious, I could have chrono boosted probes, I think. We're going to check to make sure that is true in the replay, of course. But yeah, I mean, this does seem perfectly fine against this. I mean, I don't know. I'm surprised. I'm happily surprised by how smooth this was. I'm happily surprised. Now, we're still going to go for the Stargate, so I can make that Oracle. That's really going to lock down... How is that? My units are building too fast. I had to cancel on the dead. My units are building so fast. Oh, I still made a decent amount of units, actually. Okay. I wanted to try to get some scouting. If I'm lucky... No, it's not going to live, unfortunately. That's fine. I just want to try to get some scouting because I don't know anything, which does make it a little bit harder to play. I think I'm going to get these into warp gates now. That seems like the correct thing to do. Let's get an adept over there. Maybe a stalker over there as well. The rest can stay in the wall. He does see this now. I think I'm going to recharge this guy immediately and just send it across the map. He's probably not going to realize that I even have this, to be honest, because of the 2-gate opening, right? I would be surprised if he realizes. I don't know why he's fighting this. Okay, there we go. I was like, are you sure, bro? Alright, let's get the Twilight Council and the Forge. Let's see if I can find anything with Mr. Oracle. It's a little bit too much ping to micro this cleanly, to be honest, as you can see, so I probably shouldn't really keep trying that. We also have a lair, by the way. That is something to keep in mind. Lair could be problematic for any kind of... Maybe like a roach speed follow-up or Mutas also, perhaps, right? Mutas we're going to have to scout for this. You don't have a third base, by the way. I was building it now. That's quite late. Okay, let's see. Oh, I can kill that queen. I don't want to kill it yet. But I'm going to kill it soon. What the hell is that? Oh, it's okay. I was like, what can even attack my stuff? Let's kill this. I think real quick. I think we're just going to go for the classic blink. Just to see if, you know, the build still feels nice and clean. So we get blink and +1. We're going to go for a little scouting mission. It is a Roach Warren, and the Roach Warren is researching roach speed, looks like. So we're just going to have to make mass stalkers, pretty much. I could make some cannons as well. Cannons actually not a bad idea. I think stasis wards would be good. You know what? I'm going to go for a rescout, just in case there's something hidden in the back there. I think that makes sense. We're going to go in for a rescout. I'm going to make a thingy already. Let's see. Let's go for a revelation. Nothing to see over there. Also, no gas. Okay, I wasn't sure if I saw that gas before. Oh, he's trying to save his Overseer from dying. Hydralisk. Okay, yeah. Definitely going to make a bunch of cannons. I think the Overseer did indeed die. There's not a lot of gas over here. Oh. Let's make sure to... Yeah, I would love for them to switch the priority on the gateways, by the way. I think it's really annoying that if you have warp gates, that even if you have one gate, that you still have to morph, that it's in front. I really don't like that. That is annoying. Okay, let's get some stasis wards out here. We're pretty fine even without them, but honestly, I think we're chilling enough that we can afford it. He's probably gonna... Yeah, I should not build it in front. We'll get another one back here. It'll be okay. Okay, we'll make a couple more stalkers. I don't have blink yet, but I would like to move out at least a little bit with these. Second pylon over here. I'm just gonna play 6 gas, I think. Get Storm, right? That would be nice. Does he have upgrades on those? I didn't see it. Don't think he did, though. We're gonna put 1 stasis over here. Oh, he actually... How did that Zergling... What? That is not real. I have a recall, so I can just go in here and be a little bit of a psychopath. He probably is making Hydras or something already, but... Oh, yeah, okay, he was just fully greeting. Never mind. He was the greediest boy I've ever seen. Okay. Probably could have killed him before. I really thought this was going to be like an all-in attack. I'm surprised that he tried to come back from this, you know? Like, by playing macro, I mean. Not by not leaving the game. I just mean by playing macro. Let's activate this. And I think we're going to recall the Stalkers, save the Oracles, and that is perfectly fine for us. I do want to take I kind of want to take this... I know this is a little crazy, but I want to take the front base. Okay, I'm going to warp in 6 Templars. Or 4 Templars, rather. Just so I can have them gather energy already. I'm going to go up to a bunch of gates. I'm also going to get +1 armor. +1 armor, I said, and charge. I think that's a nice idea. You do not want to fight against that, promise. Okay, so these are going to be gathering energy. I mean, for now, I feel completely comfortable with this entire build order, I have to say. Like, I felt like I got everything online fast enough. Really not much to complain about here at all. So this, I mean, obviously we got a nice start by holding it, right? But it felt like a great start to me. Okay, now we just make 1,000,000 cannons out here. Probably a couple extra pylons and stuff. There we go, stasis wards. I'm just playing this very classic Protoss style, and it feels great. Really does feel great. Did I get charged? I did get charged. A couple more Templars in the back here, of course. This position is very unlikely to get broken. Scariest thing would actually be Mutalisk now, by the way. Still no upgrades on him, by the way. Let's see. He's trying to surround me with like 5 units, which feels kind of funny, to be honest. Save that one as well. There we go. Okay, let's get them all to be warp gates. I mean, I feel like even my Templars and cannons alone can deal with this stuff, you know? Oh, wait, guys, you made changelings. Can we see the change? I want to see it. Oh, hell yeah. Oh, that is gorgeous. Whew, I love that. Okay. Now, even against Zerg, we should be getting our pylons out better. I should have gotten those before. Could have linked those up very nicely with charge finishing. I think that would have been great. Then we're going to make one more big wave of Stalkers over there. So our main army is going to be powerful. And then we're going to hit with like a little bit of a wombo combo attack, right? We hit to the front with our Stalker Storm. Oracles can chill at home. Probably make some more stasis wards. And we send Zealots somewhere else. That is the main play, I think. Get +2 armor as well for the Zealots. I think based on the way I'm playing, I could have gone for the double forge as well, but I think this is quite fine. Actually, I do want my Oracles here just in case he has Lurkers already, so I can get detection. Let's get a double Robo just in case it is Lurkers. Yeah, I think this guy was actually the greediest guy ever, by the way. Like, he was so greedy. I don't think it's gonna matter, but he was so greedy I let him get away with his messed up. Yeah, you don't want to do this. Trust me, bro. The storms last so long now, so they're insane. Yeah, look how brutal this is. The storms last forever. It's just insane zoning. You can't do anything. You're just stuck over there. His army's already dead. He hasn't gotten to my army yet, and it's dead. And I still have like 1,000,000 Zealots on the top side. Storm is Imba. Facts. Don't think it had too much to do with this game, though. But absolute destruction. Okay. Now, I know that this guy was significantly lower than me in MMR. But everything about this, to me, felt really good. So what I can say, at least, is that the build order adaptation against this kind of stuff feels good. Now, my problem, or my worry that I specified earlier, where if we do a normal build, I think it might be hard to get the Nexus and the Stargate at the same time, like basically maintaining your eco. And since Zerg eco is better, I think that's why the standard game is rough. But this kind of game feels completely fine to me. Like, I really could have done something better here. I made too many adepts. At some point I moved out with adepts, but this was a really, really easy hold. I can't, like, I don't know if it looked close to you guys, but I just literally took my probes and moved out here in the middle of everything. Didn't even need time to get extra units out or anything. Really, really easy defense, so the transition here is fine. And then from this point on, it also felt completely fine. Like, I was in a perfectly safe spot, played this like as standard as I could, and absolutely dominated. I even let him be the greedy... Look at this. He has 6 links. If I made like a bunch of Stalkers and attacked him, he would have died at like any point. Still hasn't made units, by the way. Look at this. No units at all. Still no units. He has 1 Ling. Now he finally made 4 high. This was against this attack, I think. Yeah, it was against this attack. Still no units. Then, okay, here, this is when he finally actually made units. 930. But yeah, felt completely fine. I think a couple things that we still need to test for Protoss is pretty much going against Proxy Robo in PvP, because that's the scariest cheese, right? The gateway cheeses honestly really don't seem to work. So going against Proxy Robo, the mid-game timing attacks against Terran, early game is fine, late game I'm sure is fine, mid-game timing attacks against Terran, and then for Zerg matchup, we need to see if the build order can be good enough. Because with extra Zerg eco, and Protoss going to struggle to get their target up, the build order could be very, very rough. I think there's absolutely nothing wrong with playing against cheeses, as we can see, or playing the late game. Everything feels completely fine. We have all the money we need. The warpins are really, really, really nice for Protoss against Zerg, because now you can just build pylons everywhere, get the Zealot warpins in. So all of the things do fine. But the 3 things I mentioned, that's what we're going to need to look at. And we're going to figure it out in a future video or by watching tournaments. But that's going to be it for today. I hope you guys had a fantastic time with me today. Let me know what you think about Protoss. If you did have a good time, give a video a like, subscribe to the channel. And I'll see you all for the next one. Adios.